and welcome to this episode of Dharma What Does. I'm going to demonstrate this afternoon how to save $86,000 using AI for your next real estate investments to help you increase your ROI. Let's get started. So the intent and scope of this is taking a look at the last 2 years worth of real estate data, single family for San Jose. I wanted to determine whether or not I wanted to invest now or perhaps in the future, so within maybe 6 months from now. And I'm going to use AI, specifically predictive models, linear regression, to determine and help me answer that question. So I'm just going to go ahead and load our scripts. Then I'm going to load a data set. So as I mentioned earlier, the two features are date and price, and those are going to be what I'm predicting for. So using historical data, historical date, and historical price, predicting out the future and forecasting the future price for single family real estate. Just make sure I don't have any missing values. Gonna next take a look at my first row, take a look at my last row, look at the entirety of the data set. So I can see here I have 24 months worth of data. Now I just want to print out some summary statistics. More importantly, I want to be able to see the averages, the high and lows. So the average over the last 24 months is $960,000, 865. And then the highest is a little over $1 million, and then the lowest is $905,000. Here I'm actually going to pause and we're going to take a look at what it actually looks like in reality, specifically on the market now for single family in this area. Are we able to determine what the averages, the highs and lows are? And by that I mean, can we see homes that are available, homes that have been sold, and most importantly, things that we can predict upon in the future based on historical data. So looking at what recently sold, I have the criteria like a little under 1.1 million. This was the first one that came up. Looks actually pretty nice. I'm going to do my recent sales. So the first one that comes up under our criteria, and our criteria being just, two beds, single family home, and then the price point based off what we just saw on this screen, right? So we see it's a little over $1 million. So I just want to see, based on that, what's available. And we see that this 2-bed, 2-bath sold in November. This is the most recent sales. There were 6 that fall within this criteria. And this sold for $920, 840 square feet. As you started seeing some of the photos earlier, it's actually really, really pretty. Hardwood floors, nice and bright. Kitchen. Breakfast nook. The next one was a little over $1 million, so right around what we're seeing. Actually, exactly what the highest was. I wonder if it was this one. In any event, this sold November, and it was a 3-bed, 2-bath. And then this one was $960. It's a 5-bed, 2-bath, a little over 1,900 square feet, and sold for $960. And you see that's kind of like the average over the last 2 years, right? It's this $960. Real pretty, high ceilings, windows, kitchen. So if we pivot back over, and again, I think this one was like $950. It sold in June. So we can kind of see based off our historical data, and most importantly, what I just computed, that the data set is kind of aligning with what's reality. And then if we actually pivot real quick and see what's available for sale, there's only one home that's available on the market right now under the same criteria, and it's listed for $1.14 million, which is around the highest. And most importantly, what you're going to see over the next, I'd say, 10 minutes is how using AI and future predictive models, we're able to see these prices will continue to increase. And that's what I'm going to demonstrate next. So getting back over to our data science, now what I want to do is actually plot the historical price trends of San Jose single family homes over the last 2 years, and then discern some patterns from that. So what I can see clearly is when prices started January of 2023 at $940,000, you then see a negative relationship in which prices are starting to decrease over time. So it's January of 940, then we have a decrease to 930, then a little under 920 all the way through April, May, June. We start seeing a positive correlation in which prices are increasing now. July, August, September, October, November, December, and then things kind of level out. And then we see another decrease into 2024, January, February, March. And again, these are real life historical data, price trends for single family real estate. And then as we can see through July, August, prices are increasing. Right. So proceeding on, now I want to be able to just do 80-20 split, specifically on my features, price. I want to do a linear regression model training, and then I want to predict on my test data. I want to be able to derive my slope, intercept, MAE score, and RMSE test score as well. You can see my outputs down here. And then from a linear regression perspective, this is historical San Jose 2023 through 2024. So here are my linear regression price in millions for linear regression historical price trends of San Jose single family real estate over the last 2 years. My actual prices are the black dots, as you can see, and then my linear regression is the blue line, which is fitted over our historical price trends. Now I'm going to compute and derive and build my OLS model to determine how confident I am based off historical, and then additionally predict future prices over the next 12 months, starting, as you can see here. Taking a look at our RLS result, specifically our R squared and our adjusted R squared, we can see some beautiful computation. Our R squared score is 0.882 and our adjusted R score is 0.877. Both of these are indicators that this model specifically will be able to predict out with pretty high confidence the future predicted prices. This is real life outcomes, right? So taking a look at our outcomes, we can see that 1.02 million is a future predicted price, and we can also see that that's kind of close to what this is on the market for. So this is real life. We're able to actually see the real results, and more importantly, be able to make more informed decision making to help us save money. So here are our predictions for the next 12 months, as we can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and visualize this information for us. So prediction for January, prediction for March, and then the prediction for June. So for predicted price for March, we can see 1.031 million, and then for June, $1.04 million for single family real estate, right? So future predicted value 1.0466 for June. And now to conclude, we want to be able to measure and determine our cost savings. So let's just compute that out. And this is a future forecast for a year from now. Out of scope, but interesting nonetheless. So a year from now, future home values are predicted to be 1.08 million. I think it's actually going to be much higher than this, and that's just based off what I have seen in the research, specifically how high these values are getting, and more importantly, I think over the next 11 months we'll actually have recorded data and be able to see how real this value is, and most importantly, if my suspicion of that this will be higher or not is actually reality. So here's what we have over the last 24 months. So over the last 24 months, average $865,000. The highest $1.023 million, and then the low $905,241,000. And now just want to be able to compute cost savings. So this was our future predicted value for this month. We know what our average is. So for projected cost saving, let's just compute that. We have a projected percentage saved on our investment, 8.92%. And then if we actually compute and calculated the dollars saved, we can see that using AI and future predicted values, we are able to save $85,750 on our real estate investment for San Jose, California. So what does this mean to you and to me? It means that the same home here, 1.1 million, 1.149 million, actually based off AI and future predicted values, it's going to be $86,000 higher in June. So that just informs me that from a cost savings perspective, I have the ability to invest now and be able to save myself a substantial amount of money. So that's AI and how you can save $85,000 on your next home investment, real estate in San Jose, California. Oli, hope you've enjoyed this latest episode of Darmola Does. See you next time.